In this lesson we're going to look at inverse functions. It says here the idea of an inverse function is to reverse the effect of the original function. And if we look at these ideas up here, it becomes obvious we've been doing this already. Inverse function to adding is subtracting. Inverse function to multiplication is dividing. Doubling is halving. Squaring would be square rooting. If you're cubing something, it would be cube rooting. Tripling something would be thirding, and so on. Tanning would be inverse tanning. So it's the opposite function. It's to get you back to where you started. If you add on 3 to get back to where you started, you would take away 3. If you multiply by 2, you would divide by 2 to get back to where you started. Now this only works when a function is a one-to-one correspondence. Each element in the domain has only one value in the range. So let's look at a simple number machine and work out how to find the inverse function. So if I looked at this example here and I said take 4, multiply it by 5, I'll give you 20, and then add 3 to get 23. What did I do to get back to my starting value? Well, the easiest way to think of it is to do the exact opposite. Go back the way you came. So take away 3, if you think of 23 going in, take away 3 first to get you back to 20, and then divide by 5 to get you back to 4. So the last thing you did is the first thing you do, but the opposite. And when I start off doing inverse functions, the easiest thing to do is write the function in terms of a number machine, then reverse it. It's much easier to deal with and think about what's happening. So let's look at some examples down below. Inverse function f to the negative 1 of x, that's the way it's written. Kind of like inverse tan, you write tan negative 1x and inverse sine and so on. That's what the inverse function is notated as. So if f of x is equal to 3x, the function is multiplication by 3. So what's the inverse function? Well, the opposite of multiplying by 3, to get from here back the way, would be to divide by 3 or a third. Same idea here, f of x is equal to x take away 3. So if you start with values here in your domain, subtract 3 to get in your range. To get back the way, you would need to add 3. So the inverse function is x plus 3. And here, we've got f of x is equal to 4x plus 2. So thinking about what the last thing you did was add 2, so you're going to have to take away 2 from x and then divide it all by 4. You can either write x take away 2 all over 4 or put it in brackets and quarter it.